Yeah. Hello, everyone. We are here. I think we are live. Let's see. It is 10:28. We're 2 minutes ahead of being live. I'm not too sure if people are actually going to be on this, how this works with YouTube now. I haven't been on StreamYard or on live streams for quite some time. So we're just going to figure it out.
7 people.
7 people. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We're back doing live streams here on my YouTube channel. We're here with Maria Mendoza. Hi. And with Sarah Park-Matott. Did I pronounce your name right this time, Sarah?
Yes. Park-Matott.
Ah, I did it! How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. It's been a while since I skated in the afternoon, so I found a nice shady spot. A slippery little slope, so we'll see how it goes.
It's funny, like this is the first time I've skated in like this early in the morning in Long Beach in a really long time. So we're both out of our element a little bit. This is fun though. It's been a while. We haven't skated with you or seen you in a while too.
I know, it's been months.
Yeah, but cool. So we still have some warming up to do. Basically, if you're new here, we all are freestyle skateboarders. We're just skateboarders, but I call myself a freestyle skateboarder. Sarah,
I call myself a freestyler.
You do?
Yeah. I like other styles too. I dabble, but I still consider myself more of a freestyler than anything else.
I'm proud to.
You wouldn't call me a street skater, right?
I don't know what is considered a street skateboarder anymore. I am old. Maria's a roller skater. Anyway, stoked to have you here. We're going to warm up for a bit, I think, right? While the stream fills up. You're going to stretch. I need to warm up. I just got to the spot. You've been at yours for a minute, though, right, Sarah?
Yeah, but it takes me like an hour to warm up. So by the end of the stream, I think I should be okay.
Perfect. If you're in the chat, hi, everybody. Reach out with questions, comments. I'll check in periodically to kind of get some tips. We're happy to offer tips about freestyle. We're probably gonna talk a little bit about learning to freestyle and our journeys a bit, and just keep it loose. I don't know. Anything you want to talk about in particular, Sarah?
Relax.
Oh.
I obviously didn't come prepared, so even though I knew in advance.
I mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
Same. Well, what are you skating? What's your ride right now? Talk about that.
Right now, my ride is the Waltz Bixby, the 7.6 Ace Trucks. I have mode wheels on right now since I destroyed my Waltz ones. I just shredded them.
Which modes are you riding?
The 55mm 95As.
Oh, the 95s.
Yeah, I'm always skating that really gritty sandpaper ground, so yeah. I tore up just from overuse the other wheels, and now these have been tiding me in the meantime.
They're fun. Do we need to send you wheels? Do you need wheels?
Eventually. I was just waiting, so, when I get my new board, I just want to get everything at one time, just to kind of save on shipping. So I've just been waiting.
For sure. Cool. Well, since we're talking about it, I'm riding the karaoke 7.3. It's the smallest board I've ridden in 10 years. Since before I was in
Has it been
California,
that long?
for sure. Yeah, I haven't ridden something smaller than a 7.5 since 2012.
Wow.
Probably earlier than that, yeah. 2010 maybe. Yeah, because I was riding.
This is actually the.
Oh, yeah?
This is the greetings from Waltz deck. This one's the old graphic.
Really? Oh.
The chicken.
Oh yeah, the destination. Yeah.
Yeah, the destination.
Cool. Oh man.
Whoa. Oh yeah, this is gonna look great.
I have no idea what our training looks like, but what's your warm up look like? What are you working on?
The staples, lots of footwork.
Yeah.
Monster walks. The ground I'm at is just a little bit sloped behind me, so it's a little weird to skate here. But it's the only place around here that's semi-private, except for all of the runners and bikers and walkers.
Oh geez. Well, I hope you can at least hear them coming in. Hear the oncoming bikes.
I can't hear them at all. But they tend to avoid me or just go on the side, thankfully. I'm so sorry. local citizens. Yeah, my warm-up is a lot of walk the dogs, a lot of rolling, a lot of manuals actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to pick lines on the ground and try to manual them a few times.
Nice. Like I just stick with like walk the dogs, end over, switchblades. But
end overs, monster walks, switchblades, same.
I haven't had just regular liquid death in so long. Regular water?
I don't know what liquid death is.
Sponsored by liquid death. Kidding.
Is that coffee?
It's like the canned water. But I usually get the sparkling one. And now I'm like that bougie dork who is so used to having the sparkling ones. Maria's laughing at me. The mango sparkling ones that kind of taste like medicine. They're great. Switchblade is the best trick. Got a jet to a 1-year-old's birthday party. Have fun. I'm checking the comments now. Switchblades are the best trick, I agree. What's up, Mike and Sarah? What's up, Jeff Flower? Excited to see you on here soon. Oh, yesterday my first toe side, but only the first. That's awesome. Congrats. Welcome. Tennis courts and random path. Classic skate spots. Yeah, this is like proper freestyle skate park moments, at least for me.
It's literally a path that goes straight to a main road.
Oh.
It's nicer to skate down there, but the traffic's too loud. That's why I'm at the slope end. I have a nice bridge, like a troll bridge behind me.
She's got a troll bridge, Maria.
So I can go home afterwards.
Home to the bridge.
Troll home.
Oh. All right. Man, it's so weird having such a small wheelbase. What do you notice the most when you're skating new sizes, new shapes? Like, is there something in particular that like really affects you and affects your skating when you're switching up your setups?
I think like from the very beginning, I switched up my setups a lot because I did skate a lot of different styles. Like I had 8-inch boards and I had the Dancer, which was a 7.3, I think.
Oh yeah.
I had a mode single kick that had like the kind of rounder sides, and then I ended up with I think another Waltz board. I can't remember what it was though. But I just realized I just realized how bad I am when I get a new board. I just have to remind me it's an adjustment period.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Fresh decks, fresh whatever. I feel like it's like such a takes so long to just kind of get your feet under you, right?
Yeah, I think the kicks affect me more than anything else.
Interesting. Kick angles. Is it the angles or like
the angles and the shape?
Shape. Yeah. It's cool. And you said you're on the big screen now, right? The destination?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a specific feel to them. Yeah, I think same. Wheelbase is a big thing for me. Like
wheelbase.
What
do you notice it affects though?
I mean,
like
so
the
transition with walk
trips?
the dog. Yeah, like I mean, I say my warm up is walk the dogs, right? So if I'm setting up for walk the dog, where my center of my board is obviously gonna be different, right?
Yeah.
And generally, like if my nose and tail are longer, or if my board's wider or shorter, I don't notice as much when that changing center of my board, because I'm thinking about center based on where my feet need to be to control the board. If that makes sense. I don't know.
Right.
Like where my feet are for monster walks versus where my feet are for walk the dogs changes.
Recently, I've been watching a lot of like Masahiro Fuji and actually Tony Gale too, and they have such it feels like they have such shorter boards, and so it kind of makes me curious what that would feel like, because the only short board I ever tried was the Dancer as a single kick, and back then I think that I just wasn't ready to switch between like an 8-inch straight board and a 7.3 Dancer, so it was a little bit harder for me to get used to that one.
Yeah.
But now I'm curious because like I have really small feet.
Oh, good
compared
point.
to perhaps the average skater.
Yeah.
So like, I was watching a trick tip for kickflips, freestyle kickflips,
Mhm.
and like the person's foot filled up the entirety of the middle of the deck. So they're like, just put your toes like right below the bolts. And for me, I'm like, you know, I'm way not in the middle if I was to have like the same foot positioning.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious what it'd be like to have a shorter deck and how it would affect freestyle tricks, since I've been a lot more into freestyle lately compared to other things.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have way more. You have so much real estate with your current board, right? The 776.
Yeah,
Because that big speed is super long too compared to
it
most
is a little long.
traditional freestyle boards, right? Yeah, I'm stoked. The 7.4 is like only 12.5. And you could always try the 7.4 big speed. But yeah,
Yeah, I think
there's a lot of
my next
options out
one,
there.
I'd like to try smaller. I'm curious.
Me too. I'm enjoying the smaller boards. Definitely an adjustment. The one we got from Paul, the new sample we got from Paul is a little bit shorter too. It's like 12.75 wheelbase, like right in between the Huntington 760 wheelbase. 12.75, yeah. So like kind of moderate wheelbase, and a slightly shorter nose than the Bixby you're riding. So that might be like the Bixby 2 one day. We'll see.
The next iteration.
Next iteration, yeah. Trying to refine it, fix things people don't like or people want to see. Let's see. Sarah has a good manual video. I bet you could learn some insight too. Yeah, I definitely need to learn more about manuals. Tons of questions. Oh my gosh. Okay. How is the smaller whip feeling, Mike? What can you do better? Well, I think what Sarah was talking about, like what you were talking about, Sarah, with like, I mean, just being able to move your feet around and having just more foot on the board does help with certain things. Like kickflips are way easier because it's also less to move, less to flip around.
That's what I was thinking, so. And I really want to get better at kickflips. So.
Yeah, the kickflips are awesome though. Like you went from 0 to 100 with them. I feel like.
When I land them. They went from 0 to 100, and then they went back to 25 like the last 2 weeks. So
it's bad sessions.
I know it's been awful. I was doing really good, and then just had a couple of really rough sessions this week. But
do you want to talk about kickflips? Like what you do to practice them, or what changed when you started feeling better about them? Or would you rather skip the kickflips today?
Well, did anyone ask a question about kickflips? I don't want to steal our time.
Let's see what people are asking about. So many questions. Oh my gosh.
See, there's probably lots of real questions.
All right. Oh man. Yo, how can I beat the fear of the toe side rail stand? Do you have any tips for that? How are your toe sides?
I'm not afraid of toe side rail stand anymore. Like toe side rail stand to me is actually not as scary. As weird as it is, because you can fall back. Like when you over rotate, you can fall back. I don't know why that's less scary for me. Probably just because I'm really good at like running backwards out of stuff, as opposed to falling forward.
Yeah, makes sense.
For toe side rail, I feel like you just have to spend a lot of time in it itself as well.
That's true.
Like just being up here and falling.
Yeah, I know. Like
being bad
Maria,
at
when Maria was learning, and she can speak more on this, but like she would practice holding the fence, right, Maria? When you were learning toe side rail stands, you would practice holding on to like a fence or some sort of like an object.
Hold on to something.
Like, just offer a little bit more confidence, a little more stability when you're jumping up into toe side rail, right?
I also tried to remove the idea that it was a jump.
Yeah.
Like to try to really take advantage of the springy pressure of my trucks when I pinch them to go up, so that it was just a lot less jumping and a lot more like just going up into it. The jump part I think was scary. When I thought I had to jump into it, I think it was a lot scarier.
It becomes like a hard landing on the wheels, right? Like you feel like you're dropping onto toe side rail.
There's also other ways to get into toe side rail though.
How else do you
can go. I'm not very good at it, but you can get into heel side rail and then push it over to get into toe side.
Wait, show me that. What do you mean by that?
So whenever I'm afraid of something, I try to creatively do it a different way. So if you go into toe side, maybe try to balance on your front foot, push the board over. If only I could give a good example. But.
Okay, I'll work on that one with you. I so rarely do rail whips that way. I usually do my rail whips behind me.
You can do it behind you too.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Why was I doing it that way? Whatever's the harder way is the way that I'm going to try it. You can get into heel side rail. Rail whip over.
I dig it. Yeah, I think bending your knees always helps too. Like for the people who are getting used to getting into toe side rail, just straight in. Think about bending your knees. Make sure you have freestyle wheels, or at least trucks in a deck that are even, that are flush with each other, so that you're not leaning way far back in the rail stand or way far forward, because having an unstable rail is just going to make it so much harder. Also, not riding a 9-inch board or like something that's too wide so that you're extra unstable helps. Yeah. I noticed that riding the 7.
Also, just getting good at other stuff too. Like if you're really afraid of toe side rail, focus on some other tricks for a while and just get like more comfortable in general. Build up your confidence in other ways. I always try to turn my fear into like excitement for new possibilities.
Yeah. What other tricks would you recommend people learning if they're struggling with toe side rail?
With toe side rail?
Yeah, like what other
heel
tricks?
Side rail?
Heel side rail?
Heel side rail. Probably yo-yo hops too. Just getting used to jumping on your board. Listen. Really any other trick you're interested in. Like all skateboard tricks feed into each other.
Yeah. So true. I feel like, yeah, all the confidence and like balance, and stabilizing muscles you build up. Doing all those other tricks, right? True.
The confidence, the muscles, the endurance.
Endurance. It's what I don't have right now.
I guess the softball game's going well?
Yeah. Very exciting times over here. Freestyle skate park and youth sports center. Yeah, smaller boards. Super different. I'm super adjusting to this right now. Like remembering that I don't have a huge platform for me to like just slap my feet down on when I'm doing flips into straight and stuff. It's a lot to get used to. Check these questions. All right, so who's all on right now? Hi, everybody. Tons of questions coming in. Hello from Russia. Hello. Hi, Mike. I'm glad to hear your wheelbase talk. I'd love to see the video on the 7.3 spoon nose. Yeah, so this is a 7.3 spoon nose. It's quite a bit smaller. Right now I'm riding it with Paris 108s. Waltz wheels. It's fun. Yo, Mike, I made a Huntington spoon nose fingerboard for the made. Oh, it's awesome. Any tips for hippie jumps? I tend to push my board out of the way on the hop. Start small. Try not to jump over stuff. Just practice going slow. Do you have any tips for that?
Yeah, if you're pushing the board out and you mean like to the side, then you're actually probably kicking it out to the side or leaning too far. You're going to want to try to stay a lot more in line and jump straight down. Because it really shouldn't move if you're jumping straight down that much. But if you accidentally lean to one side and you jump, it will shoot out, if that's what you're talking about.
Try to keep your weight
to really try to. Straight up.
There you go. Start small too. There's no need to like
Really
do
small.
a 10-foot hippie jump if you're trying to get used to keeping the board under you. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
I love hippie jumps. Could you tell? I got excited with that one.
Oh, we need to have like a hippie jump event at the next freestyle contest. Something where we're like setting a bar or something.
You need to have a what? Sorry, my earbud fell out. I missed it.
A hippie jump contest, like an event. The next
Oh,
contest.
yeah.
Ooh, tail stop, finger flips, back to tail stop. How many can Sarah do in a row? That's
Back
Sean
to tail stop? Thank you, Sean. That's a 0. Just see? Precisely 0.
I did a finger flip video, like
1,
how many ways can you finger flip for YouTube for next week.
2, 3. Don't know why they're spinning. Okay, 3, Sean. It's actually 3 more than I genuinely thought I was going to do, so thank you, Sean. Give me a little confidence today. Whew.
More than me. I've got 0 in a row so far.
I mean, to be fair, like 90% of my foot was on the ground, but I still take those for now. I like to be kind to myself as much as possible.
Love it. Love it. Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, we were just working on a video about finger flips. And I was doing, I was trying finger flip to tail. I was trying to see how many different variations of just regular finger flips you can do. And one was finger flip to tail, and then one was finger flip to Casper. Now, this feels like a ceremony. Like half finger flip.
I did finger flips to Casper a time ago.
I think that's what I was thinking of. Was like a video I've seen of you doing half finger flip to Casper.
I did those back when I lived in New York, so like that was a long time ago.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, though. It's so hard to just half finger flip. My body wants to be like way too far over for that.
Well, now that Sean's here, I don't want to do any Caspers at all.
Casper Pope.
Nope. Or Casper King.
Casper King. Oh. Ooh, Sarah, do you have any tips for tail stop underflips?
Not that I know that they work. I actually did just film a video that I'm gonna work on for like what I've been learning.
Yeah.
But the weirdest thing that has helped me is like rocking forward onto my toes.
With your back foot?
Yeah. Because I'd lose a lot of tension in the board when if I tried to jump from my toes. Because you have to, push into like this kind of pocket over here. At least that's what I've had to do. I scoop it just like I scoop a Casper. Exactly the same almost.
Right.
But I'll start kind of heel heavy and then pull up with my front foot under the board to get a little bit of tension. And then I rock forward.
So you're
and jump off of my toes.
Oh, okay. So you're treating it like a Casper, right? So like an end over end flip is what you're saying.
I do treat it like a Casper, yeah.
But you start on the heel of your back foot, and then you said as you lift your front foot, you start rocking onto your toes and then jump off your toes.
I rock onto my toes and jump off. Yeah, like the ball of my foot.
Ball. Okay. So that's for David Faber.
Oh, David.
That's one that I need to make a new trick tip for, and I've been dreading making that trick tip because it's such a strange trick.
I've got a trick tip for it coming. But like just like actual what helped me kind of tips, not professional grade tips.
I see no difference. I have a lot of blind spots. I need to improve that.
Not bad tips, I hope.
Yeah, so I think that's a good idea. Do you go to tail stop or do you go to all four wheels down when you're doing it?
The underflip?
Yeah.
To tail stop.
To tail stop. Okay. Yeah. Same.
I
started
them to bolts, but I would jump like a foot to the side.
Yeah.
To do it because I was leaning so far to get that flip. And now I can't do them to bolts anymore, now that I can do them to tail. Once I stopped leaning to the side like that, I lost them. But I think maybe if I click over a little bit, I can do it. Well, no, just back to tail.
It's not a bad problem to have. Having that
I'm not mad at it. I worked so hard to get those.
Yeah, and you learned Casper's first, right?
Yeah. Bad Caspers, though.
Yeah. No. Why do you say bad Caspers?
They're still very not clean. But I'm happy with my bad Caspers. I'm not mad at them. They're on their way.
On their way. Dig it. Dig it. Yeah, I think getting Caspers down and understanding that push-pull. So like for me, lifting and scooping under for your Caspers rather than like just trying to like swing them out, right?
Yeah. The other thing is that with my front foot, I go straight up. When I first started them, I tried to pull them to the side. I thought that's what I had to do.
So
but
straight up
I flick straight up.
Gotcha. And then
I don't use my front foot for Caspers, so.
Oh, so your front foot's underneath the board.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then your back foot's scooping under the board, correct? Like scooping straight under rather than going back.
I jump up and I try to scoop towards my heel.
Oh, towards your heel?
Like towards the heel of my front foot. That's kind of the direction that I scoop in.
So like up and then this way. Okay. Yeah, and then that translates with the underflip. So like you said, you're on the heel, you're lifting with your front foot, and then you're rocking towards the ball of your foot.
Because I think what that helped me do was it helped me finally get that little jump forward once I was rocking on that foot. So I'm not good enough to keep it like perfectly underneath me.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's not too bad all the time. But getting that little rock, I could kind of hop forward onto the tail.
So you're saying like the rock to the toe of your foot helps you kind of shoot your center of gravity forward. In the toe.
It was way easier.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I dig it. Hope that unlocks it for people. I feel like those are all tips I've never really thought of. Things that I probably do that I just don't really notice. Don't appreciate.
The little weird things.
Nah.
Oof. But everyone does it a little bit different. And I mean, if you have really big feet, you probably don't need to rock your toes forward. Because you probably, just standing on like your foot probably covers the tail more evenly than mine does. I think a lot of it has to do with like how small my feet are too. If my feet were twice as big, I probably should not do what I was just talking about.
I probably wouldn't do it though. Me with my like 8.5s on a 7.3, I'm like kind of trying what you're saying, and I noticed I'm getting a more accurate flip. Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, so I'm going from heel side, pressing on my heel side of my nose, starting on my nose, pressing heel side with my back foot, and then as I get ready to lift the board, my front foot's in the center of the wheelbase. I press toes, and then jump. I don't usually think about that heel to toe like weight shift in nose stop like this.
It kind of helps because not just with the jump forward, but I could put more tension with my front foot, so I could kind of preload the flip and get a stronger flip. And just like a finger flip.
I think I do preload. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but I definitely, like without thinking about it, I'm not starting the jump and the flip until my foot is really pressing.
Preloading it, right?
Yeah, preloading, yeah.
So being heavy on my heel allows me to get that preload. But when I start on my toes, I couldn't ever get that preload, which I was doing for a long time.
Interesting. super interesting.
This is the fun part for me.
Oh yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. Hope that helped. Let's see what else. It's warming up over here.
Yeah,
tail
for
stop
5 underflips.
Max is asking for a tail stop under the Casper. Hi, Max.
All you, Mike.
I'll do Casper to Casper if that's cool with you. Real quick.
Yeah, teach me Casper to Casper.
Yeah. So, you've done Casper to rail, right?
No. I'm actually closer to Casper than I am to rail. I just can't, I can't hold it when I land it.
I do think that the Casper or the tail step underflip is probably more similar to Casper.
Yeah.
Or it's like the closest thing I can compare it to. Because you're starting in Casper, obviously, and you have to do that same motion, that sort of push-pull underflip. And then, again, you're landing on your back foot, right? You're going right foot to right foot if you're going tail to tail for the underflip. So it's a similar, your body has to be in a similar position over the board to catch that second Casper. The biggest difference is that foot that's flipping under the board, right? That foot the front foot has to go almost like a circular motion. It has to pull the board up to flip out of the Casper and then swing back around, obviously, to catch the Casper again, right?
Right.
Which can be challenging. But if you just focus on getting your back foot under the board and then round back to the nose or the tail, start with that. I'd say just start trying to like over-rotate that Casper and get your back foot on the tail. I'm trying 360s now. Getting out of hand. And then for the foot placement, if you turn the toe of your front foot out a little bit, so rather than having let me show you on video, rather than having your front foot square underneath the deck, having it kind of turned slightly at an angle towards the end of the board, that might help a little bit. Sort of duck-footed, I guess. Yeah. Got like over-rotated. And you still need to do that scoop under the board. You still need to be able to scoop your back foot under. That's going to help you sort of keep it under you. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the farthest I've gotten to that multiple times. It's the staying there.
It's a tough one to teach without seeing. Yeah, it's a lot happening. It's a hard one to teach without seeing people's like starting point too. I feel like there's certain tricks where I can offer like insight into how it works without seeing what people are doing.
Exactly.
It's hard, right?
It is, because like a lot of people ask me just, how do I fix this? You really have to know what that person's doing in order to work with it.
There's a million things you can do wrong.
A million.
Yeah. Let's see, I can try 360 Casper to Casper. Let's see what that feels like today. Oh, that's one good thing about the 7.3. That 12.3-inch wheelbase really wants to spin. Got you right here. Lift my knee a little bit. I got it.
You got it.
Come on, buddy. Oh, yeah, brother.
You get it?
No, just got another nice rail to the tip of my toe. Felt awesome. having a great time.
So I didn't wear my Lakais today.
Yeah.
Because my top foot bruises are out of control right now.
There we go. Is that foot down? Maybe that was foot down. Can't tell. I
Can't tell? Take it.
The quattros. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. People can freeze this
Did
in
you?
the recording. See if I actually touch. The S's I have like the big, like, puffy tongues on them.
Oh.
So that's helping me a little bit, but I feel it.
I ended up picking up the New Balance 440s, but the high tops.
Oh, nice. How do you like them?
They're coming tomorrow, I think.
Cool.
But
Nice.
both of my ankles are just one giant bruise at the moment. So I figured that was the closest compromise I could find to like most of the stuff I wanted was those. So I thought about getting the OGSs for all that padding, but I didn't think it was worth it if it didn't cover my ankles.
Yeah.
Since those were getting destroyed.
I was gonna say the Lizzies were decent for ankle support, but they're so thin on top. It's like probably a bad move.
Yeah.
Freestyle shoes. We need freestyle shoes.
We need, shoes with like decent, not like super thick, but just decent padding on the top of them would be really nice.
Something in between.
I keep untying my shoe.
Oh. Let's see. One thing I haven't worked on in a while is truck transfers. Might be a bad idea this early in the morning.
Any tip for no-handed trucks, Tim?
Oh, no-handed. I think bending the knee of your front foot might help, or your front leg. So like the leg that's under the board, right, holding it up. If you try to avoid having it locked and out in front of you, and instead like use your quad muscles to like hold it upright, yeah. That might be better. And then for the dismount, the best tip I ever learned for the dismount is to use your back foot. I was always sort of under the impression that I needed to kind of do a push-pull, so pull my bottom foot back and push my front foot forward. And Utah Fuji kind of drilled me on it. Like you got to drop your front foot slightly and then just roll your back foot over.
I think that's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever tried to really use my front foot, but I find a really hard time that when I get into it, having my body in the right counterbalance position. I always fall backwards, so I'll sometimes just like hold my front arm out so that I can't lean way too far back.
I think that.
Ooh, I like took my shoe off.
Yeah. That's a tricky one. What else? Do you push your front foot forward at all to like kind of stall or like tweak the trick?
To pull it?
Yeah.
I have tried recently.
How's that?
But it's mostly still just so much at one time that my brain's not used to it enough to start really processing those like little parts. Okay. I mostly just try to focus on like the foot that goes on the truck push down and then the catching foot just pull up. That's where I'm always focusing, like down and up. So I tip, push down on the truck, and then pull up with the front foot.
For the dismount? What do you mean?
Oh, for getting into it.
Getting into it. Oh, okay. Ooh, do you ever start it with your board kind of more at a 45-degree angle rather than like directly under you?
It's like a 30 for me, I think. Close to.
Okay.
But yeah, I was always curious where it should be too, like to be the best or the most comfortable.
I noticed that because I learned it having the board square under me. So like if I'm
square
in line with the lens right now, yeah. Ooh. But when I see or watching like Ike and Utah and a lot of like the younger guys in Japan doing it, the folks who are like really killing it with truck stands, I think, they tend to have the board more at like a 45.
See, I also thought that all truck stands had to be done that way. Like just like directly underneath you. But then when I'd watch people do it, it did look like it was at a 45. So I just started not doing it. I just started going more of a like angled way.
Yeah.
It definitely helps.
Yeah. Kind of a lesson in how to experiment, right? Like try to, there's so many things you can kind of tweak if you're not having luck with a trick, right?
Yeah. It's my favorite part. Just the small tweaks.
All the little
like putting
things.
the ball of my foot so I can kind of tip the board over a little bit when I go up.
What else? Yeah, 50-50s are a tough one. I wonder, does anybody have troubles they're having with 50-50s? Any specific problems that you're dealing with in no-hand truck stands that we can help with? Hit us up.
Yeah, I can get into them. Just off balance every time.
Games and character side. Try doing a handed 50-50 to a truck stand impossible out. Use the hanger and not the block of the truck. Interesting. I'll try that. I'm sure you can do that, Mike.
It's all you.
Impossible out. I mean, I think of that as like a renegade. An impossible out would be like a 360 carousel. At least that's how my brain processes that. Maybe I'm misimagining or have the wrong image of what the trick is. But
all I've ever done is flip.
Oh, yeah. Truck dancing. I don't know about that today. It's a little early for Mike. I don't know, what other tricks do you think like are essential for newer freestylers? Do you have any tips for like people who are just getting in and don't really know where to start? You've made tons of videos on trick tips and ways to kind of hack skateboarding, but
it's all the little things that everybody likes to hate on for like beginner stuff.
Yep.
But there's like, I'm so against the idea of like beginner tricks as if it's just for them.
Yeah.
There's just like skills, right? And all these non-tricks, it's not that they're tricks or not tricks, they're just skills. And some of them you take with you and some of them you might not. But all the shuffles are really good. The tail stop shuffle, spins, start working on manuals, the little carpet manuals at home.
Yeah.
All like the little things, stepping forward and hopping onto your board, just to kind of get used to being on top of the board. The hippie jump, riding. Freestylers need to probably not neglect riding, specifically,
yes.
right? But all those little skills, just being able to balance on your board with one foot on your front foot is so beneficial just for the strength and balance and stability that it gives you. But a lot of beginners can't. And when they push, they'll like hop along the side of their board and jump onto it.
Marie and I were driving the other day and we saw like a couple skating around Long Beach. And the first thing we thought was like, yeah, like they're pushing and they're on the ground. Like it's one of those things, right?
One of these.
Where that couple pushing around, like not knowing how to stand on the board. There's such a difference between like having a push where you're standing on the board compared to like pushing and then jumping on your skateboard. Like pushing and scooting the board along with the other foot, right?
Yeah, this summer I actually did a skate camp. I was a skate camp counselor for a week, right? Yeah. And that was one of the things I had these 3 girls who were skating with me and a couple boys, I think 2 boys and 3 girls. And I would have them do competitions to see who could roll farther on their front foot by itself. And I made them do the competition every single day for the whole week. And they were so much better on Friday than they were on Monday. It was awesome. But even just that,
yeah.
though they make a huge difference.
Yeah. It's hard.
Switchblades, another good one.
Oh, switchblades.
This tail-to-tail hop like this, like just everything. All the little yo-yo hop. Monster walks, endovers. Yeah, all of those little skills build up. And then when you go to learn the scarier tricks, they're not as scary because you have a lot more confidence.
That foundation that you built with all those comfort tricks.
Even just being able to get into tail stop comfortably, just down to tail. How many people do one of these? If you want to be good at freestyle, getting into tail is super important. Even just being at home and practicing this transfer of being on the grip to on your tail, super important.
What about for people who are already comfy on tail stops? Getting used to going tail to nose, or then
tail
nose
to
back
nose,
to tail.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a more maybe advanced one, but I think getting used to transitioning from tail to nose and back and forth.
100%. Tail to nose. Because then you can go tail to nose to truck stand. And you have a little line right there. Like, that's the cool thing about the beginner stuff for freestyle as opposed to any other type of skateboarding. Like, you can just stop to hop, tail stop shuffle, the nose. Whoops. We'll pretend I made it to truck, right? Like, it's just it just flows really well, and you can do a lot in a really short amount of time compared to other styles of skating.
Yeah. Well, we talked about like the fun versus the engagement of freestyle. I feel like once you do spend time on the basics, it becomes really fun and engaging.
It's so much more fun because you can find some success.
Yeah. Get those dopamine hits.
Success equals fun, equals motivation, equals commitment. Like, they're all connected.
Yeah.
But not always. I mean, I do enjoy being bad at stuff. But, I'm not mad about it.
Same.
I'm so bad at pogo.
Oh, man. I shot that whole video on finger flips, and my rolling finger flips are so bad. I spent so long trying to shoot like 4 different rolling finger flip variations, and then I switched boards at one point.
The ones we did?
No, it was worse than that. I mean,
it was worse than that.
This is a full YouTube video. Oh man, I didn't even send you all the takes I had too.
I can't do them. Whoa.
Oh.
That was my best attempt. Let's see.
I'll try a single. Now I'm on the tiny single kick and I'm like over flipping them. Oh. Alright. We're gonna go for a double. That'll be my ender. This video ender here. Ooh.
Your part ender?
Yeah, my part ender. Live stream part ender. I'm gonna start melting down over here. Start throwing things. You alright?
That was my first one ever.
Really?
I mean, I didn't roll out of it, but yeah, I've never landed one before.
Oh yeah, brother. I got your back. Right here. I'm gonna catch primo on every single one of these. Go.
Then land primo.
Yeah, double flip to primo.
Double flip to primo, and then Casper heel flip varial, heel flip out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a request for your part ender.
Oh, we got 15 seconds left, or however long. I don't know. Gotta knock this out. Spike needs a break too.
We have 50 minutes left?
Actually, we can go as long as we want, but I was thinking
Oh.
we go for an hour. What do we at?
That sounds good.
10 minutes left. 10 minutes left.
Should we have warned the audience that we can't have a conversation less than 2 hours long?
Maybe. Yeah, keep the questions simple so we can't go on too much of a rant about who has the best ollie finger flips. Ooh. Here we go. Mike relearns double finger flips once again. Tail is old as time.
I can't even come close to doubles.
You're a punk. I mean, stationary ones are definitely, well, for me, it's a lot easier. I think preloading helps. Using your front leg to really like launch yourself up more.
See, I'm weaker when I jump with one leg. A lot weaker.
Ah. Well, in that case, have you tried hand flips?
Yeah.
Double hand flips?
Not doubles.
Double hand flips
I
might
can
be
get
a
one
bit
and a half
easier.
flips.
That was the one I learned first.
Okay. Do you have any?
Might be out of juice. Let's see what people in the comments have to suggest here. Putting your feet a little lower on the board makes it easier to jump finger flip. There you go.
I agree. I know that my stance was like this, but
Can you switch walk the dog? Asks Maxon. No. Oh man, they're so cheeky. We're trying to learn those after I saw Takashi do them. Like walk the dog, and then shuffling my feet around, and then learning them switch. Oh my gosh. Might be easier on the smaller board. Woo. Definitely a challenge. Yeah, double finger flips. I learned them as hand flips first, with kind of like a toe side grab. So like my front hand was on the toe side edge of my nose rather than the top. And I really just like use my hand like a claw. Try to push hard on my thumb, pull with my fingers. Oh. Whereas double finger flips, I kind of tend to use the other end, like heel side end of the board more. And it's more of like preloading my board with my hand. So I'm like applying pressure with my hand and then jumping.
I don't know if I'm brave enough to commit to that.
No pressure. Relaxing live stream sessions. Calm jazz times. Congrats on getting your first rolling one, though.
Thank you. It was like rolling to stationary, but that's the first step.
Yeah, it's all progress. I can always pop out of this one and be like, watch my new YouTube video on Tuesday and see if I do land the double finger flip rolling. Let's see. Oh.
I think I needed to sit down.
Yeah, I think it's time for a break. Let's see what the audience is asking. End over monster walk races. Those are always fun for anybody learning. Did you do any of those during your skate camp?
I didn't. They weren't quite ready for monster walks. At least not to race them.
Yeah, it's definitely.
They were funny because they were all really young kids, and they didn't really want to learn much besides ollies and shove-its. So I tried not to torture them too much with freestyle, but I did give them basics. So my kids were like the only ones who were significantly better on Friday than they were on Monday.
Yup. I did that.
The other counselors didn't teach anything.
They were just teaching ollies and whatever.
They would literally take them to the fence. They'd hold on to the fence and give like 3 tries, and then they were done.
It's hard. You gotta learn the foundations. Let's right into a puddle. All right. Well, I'm Brad. So that was a nice warm-up session. We're about to probably get ready for the Sunday session this afternoon too. A bunch of freestyles coming out. But,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Any last tips you want to give to anybody in the stream though? Any last words?
Do we have any last questions to answer? Anything that's quick? Would you like a fire round?
Rolling. Yeah, we want to have anybody. We got 5 minutes left. Anybody wants to throw comments in, questions rather, hit us with questions. So you're getting a lot
We'll
of
do
tips
fire
for
round, like
underflips.
one best tip.
Yeah. Come on, hit us with some questions, everybody. Join to do that. I don't know. For me, it's like I think working on footwork as I dove deeper into freestyle really helped. I know I was in for a year and then I broke my leg and then came back and started only working on footwork, and that really helped to. Those bikes are flying past me. Holy cow!
He had a child too.
That was intense. Yeah, that kids like.
They don't joke here.
No.
Their biking is serious.
It's terrifying.
No, I agree. The footwork, I think I was really mediocre, and I still like to be. I like where I am. It's weird to talk about your own skill level, but 100% footwork took me a very long ways in feeling comfortable and feeling better and just having more fun. So, but now I find that I make the mistake of I'll do like a ton of footwork and no tricks, and then I'll just do like trick.
Yep.
But never together. So my Instagram looks like I do no footwork.
Yeah.
But it's just because I did it in the other half. And so now I'm trying to remember to like mix them together. Trying to do more walk to tags. My favorite one that I got from you, I have no idea what it is. That little like switchblade catch. I love that. It's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, new question. Ever messed around and tried to freestyle on like a 10-inch deck? Have you skated a 10-inch deck for freestyle?
No, not for freestyle. Not for anything. I just have.
9.5, yeah. Oh.
I've only freestyled on an 8-inch board. That's the biggest one I've freestyled on. I stood on somebody else's board. They had a 9-inch one at the skate meetup I went to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you skate a boat like that. It was bigger than my feet.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love some footwork tricks on larger boards, but once you get into like rail stands over 8 inches, it gets a little choppy, a little difficult to balance. What is the ultimate Giga Chad freestyle trick? I don't know.
The ultimate what?
Chad freestyle trick.
Chad? I'm not familiar with Chads.
Truck transfers.
Sean.
Sean's still on here. Not really. I don't know. They're all fun. I think there's just so many directions you can take it. Like if you're just only doing footwork,
would that just be like the both feet on the ground Casper?
There you go. Probably. Or I don't even know.
Boneless. I love when I see people say that boneless. Like, here's 5 freestyle tricks for you on Instagram or TikTok, and there's like boneless, both feet on the ground Casper.
Every 80s street competition routine is new freestyle. Like, anything that was
Nobody
done
knows.
before 1990 is a freestyle trick.
Just anything that's not an ollie trick is a freestyle trick. So if it's not an ollie and it's not on like an obstacle, it's freestyle.
If anybody using that soundbite, we're kidding. That is not what we mean. That we're being sarcastic. Yeah, freestyle.
Oh yeah, we were being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Definitely. Quote me on it.
Gosh. 900 is a freestyle trick, says Chuck Norris. Yeah, buddy. All right, well, I think that wraps it up. Any final words? Any shameless plugs? Anything you want to say to everybody before we sign off?
No shameless plugs. My Instagram's a diary. And my YouTube channel is there in existence if anybody wants to peruse it.
Yes. Thank you, Sarah. And we'll have Sarah's over here. Sarah's YouTube channel and Instagram handle in the description if you want to watch any of her stuff. You want to follow her. You want to learn freestyle with her. She's amazing.
Yeah, Instagram's a good place to ask questions to me.
We can't recommend Sarah's videos enough to everybody watching. But keep taking care of people. Keep dancing. We'll see you all later this week.
It was very fun. Thank you. To interrupt you, Mike, just once, thank you very much for having me. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. I didn't have to skate alone today, and I got to skate with everybody, and now I'm going to go back home and read all the comments.
Yes. All right.
Because I couldn't see it on my phone, so.
Yeah, we got to figure out a different system. It's going to be like an iPad or something for the next one, so you can just scroll through.
I'll just bring my iPad next time.
There you go.
And then the bikers could really enjoy it.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Everybody else, see you later this week.
Thanks for joining us.